Let this story wrap you in warmth and bring you restful dreams. Courage and Bluebonnet, and innocence of friendship. This story is about the innocent friendship between Borage, a kind-hearted man, and Bluebonnet, a magical salamander, who create a beautiful garden together. In a small village nestled between emerald hills and sparkling streams, there lived a kind-hearted man named Borage. Borage spent his days tending to the village gardens, ensuring every flower bloomed in vibrant colors and every fruit hung ripe and juicy from the trees. One sunny morning, while Borage was planting marigolds along a cobblestone path, he heard a soft rustling in the bushes. He turned and discovered a small, shimmering salamander with scales that glistened like sapphires. The salamander's name was Bluebonnet. Despite his mystical appearance, Bluebonnet was exceedingly shy and had spent most of his days hiding from the villagers. Borage extended a gentle hand, and with patience, Bluebonnet slowly approached. Borage's warmth and sincerity instantly created a bond of trust between the two. Over the next few days, Borage and Bluebonnet became inseparable companions. They shared stories of their lives and dreams, with Borage speaking of his love for nurturing plants and Bluebonnet sharing tales of the hidden wonders of the forest. One evening, as they sat under an old oak tree, Bluebonnet revealed he had a special gift. He could make flowers bloom just by touching them. His touch was like magic, and the flowers that grew in his presence were more beautiful than any Borage had ever seen. Inspired by Bluebonnet's gift, Borage envisioned a grand garden that would combine their talents. Together, they set to work. Borage prepared the soil and planted seeds, while Bluebonnet cast his magical touch, bringing forth blossoms that radiated in parallel beauty. The garden became a sanctuary for all villagers, a place of peace and wonder where people would come to marvel at its splendor. The friendship between Borage and Bluebonnet grew deeper each day, a pure reflection of innocence that touched the hearts of everyone around them. In their garden, they found joy in simply being together, their spirits entwined like the vines that flourished under their care. It was not long before their garden became famous far and wide. Visitors from distant lands came to see the extraordinary blooms and to hear the stories of Borage and Bluebonnet. Yet, no matter how much attention their garden received, the true treasure for Borage and Bluebonnet remained their bond, and the humble beauty they created together. They often sat side by side, looking over their creation, content in the simple happiness they had found. They taught others that the real magic lay not in their gift, but in their friendship. And so under the starlit skies, their garden flourished, and their hearts remained forever young. Let's drift further into peace with the next story. Kay and the Firefly on the Hill. This story is about a girl named Cuddy and a firefly named Lobelia, who form an unbreakable bond of friendship, sharing dreams and adventures on a hill in their village. Once upon a time in a serene village nestled among verdant hills, there lived a young girl named Kay. She had a pure heart and an unending curiosity for the world around her. One warm summer evening, as the sun began to set, Katie wandered up the tallest hill in her village, the Hill of Echoes. Shadows lengthened, and the sky turned the color of ripe peaches as she reached the summit. There, she found a firefly trapped in a delicate spider's web. The tiny creature's light flickered weakly, casting dim glows against the grass. Kaidi gently freed the firefly, and it gratefully blinked a series of tiny lights back at her. She decided to name the firefly Lobelia, after the clusters of blue flowers that grew along the hillside. Lobelia, now free, fluttered around Kitty as she sat on the hill. As the stars began to twinkle in the sky, Lobelia's glow grew stronger, illuminating Kitty's face. They sat in companionable silence, enjoying the beauty of the night. Katie confided in Lobelia, sharing her dreams of traveling the world and discovering new places. Lobelia seemed to listen intently, her glow flickering thoughtfully. From that night onward, Katie and Lobelia became inseparable. Every evening, they would climb the Hill of Echoes together. Katie would tell stories of far-off lands, and Lobelia would respond with dances of light. One night, as they sat on their favorite spot, a shooting star streaked across the sky. Katie made a wish for her dreams to come true, and Lobelia glowed brighter than ever before, as if lending power to the wish. Time passed, and Katie grew older. But she never forgot the promise of adventure she'd shared with Lobelia. One spring, when the hills were alive with blossoms, Kite set off on her journey, carrying Lobelia in a small lantern. They traveled together, exploring new lands, their bond stronger than ever. Katie and Lobelia discovered many wonders in the world, and their stories became legendary, passed down through the generations. And on starry nights the villagers could still see a bright glow on the Hill of Echoes, a testament to the unbreakable bond of friendship between Kate and the firefly. The end. Let's wander into the next comforting tale. Anemone and Amaryllis, a tale of inspiration. This story is about a young girl named Anemone and a wise panda named Amaryllis, whose friendship inspires Anemone to pursue her dream of becoming a painter. Once upon a time, in a serene village nestled between lush green hills and babbling brooks, there lived a young girl named Anemone. She had eyes that sparkled with curiosity and a heart kind enough to warm the coldest winter. One sunny afternoon, while walking through the forest, she stumbled upon a panda named Amaryllis. Amaryllis had deep, soulful eyes that seemed to carry the wisdom of the ages. They quickly became inseparable friends, sharing countless adventures. Anemone was amazed by Amaryllis' strength and kind spirit, which inspired her every day. Amaryllis, in turn, was captivated by Anemone's unyielding determination to learn and grow. They always met under the great oak, whose branches stretched towards the sky as if trying to touch the clouds. It was under this very tree that Amaryllis taught Anemone the art of patience. Anemone once dreamt of becoming a talented painter, and Amaryllis believed in her dream wholeheartedly. Every day, Anemone would bring a canvas and paints, and together they would create magical landscapes that reflected their dreams and imaginations. The forest was alive with color, and filled with the melody of birds singing as they worked. One evening, Amaryllis and Anemone found a wounded bird beneath the great oak. Its wing was injured and it struggled to move. Anemone tenderly picked it up, her eyes filled with empathy. She knew that the bird needed their help. Amaryllis nodded encouragingly. They spent days caring for the bird, until it healed enough to fly again. The moment the bird soared into the sky, Anemone knew that small acts of kindness could make a big difference. Months passed, and Anemone's paintings began to attract attention. People from distant villages came to admire the beauty of her art. Amaryllis always stayed by her side, a pillar of encouragement. Anemone decided to hold an exhibition under the great oak to inspire others. The day of the exhibition arrived, and as the villagers gathered, they were greeted by a mesmerizing collection of paintings, each telling a story of friendship, perseverance, and love. Anemone stood before the crowd, with Amaryllis beside her. She took a deep breath and began to speak about how their bond had taught her the true meaning of inspiration. Her words echoed through the forest, resonating with the hearts of everyone present. From that day on, Anemone's art not only depicted the beauty of nature, but also carried forward the essence of the lessons she learned from Amaryllis. Together, they inspired a whole generation to believe in their dreams and the power of friendship. And as the seasons changed, the village flourished, glowing with the light of inspiration that Anemone and Amaryllis had ignited. Every night, they would sit beneath the great oak, looking up at the stars, their hearts content, knowing that their story was far from over. But end. Now, let's continue with another soft tale. Star's Night with Kala and the Birds. This story is about Star and Kala helping a lost sparrow find its way home. Once upon a time, in a village, nestled between a glistening lake and a dense forest, there lived a kind-hearted human named Star and a joyful panda named Kala. Star had hair as black as the night sky, with eyes that sparkled like stars themselves, while Kala's fur was as white as snow with patches as dark as midnight. They shared a cozy little home at the edge of the village, where the forest began and the birds sang melodies at dawn. One cool autumn evening, Star and Kala decide to go for a walk in the forest. The golden leaves crunched beneath their feet, and a crisp breeze rustled through the trees. As they wandered, they came across a clearing bathed in moonlight, where birds of all kinds had gathered. Star marveled at the birds. There were tiny bluebirds, majestic eagles, wise old owls, and even a colorful parrot. Kala's sensitive panda ears twitched as she listened to the symphony of chirping and hooting. Suddenly, a small sparrow flew down and landed on Star's shoulder. "Hello, little one," Star breathed warmly. The sparrow flitted its wings and chirped excitedly. "He says he's lost," Kala translated, surprising Star with her ability to understand bird language. Star, always eager to help, asked the sparrow where his home was. The sparrow tried fleeing a series of directions, none of which made any sense to Star. "Not to worry," Kala said, patting Star gently on the back. "We'll figure it out together." With Kala's guidance, they followed the sparrow further into the forest. It was an enchanting journey, beneath a canopy of twinkling stars and the watchful gaze of the moon. They encountered other forest creatures along the way, a family of deer, a mischievous fox, and a pair of rabbits nibbling on clover. Each one greeted them kindly and offered directions to help the sparrow find his way home. Willingly, they reached a grand old oak tree with branches stretching up towards the heavens. The sparrow fluttered with joy and thanked Star and Kala with a series of excited chirps. As he flew into the tree, other sparrows joined him, and the air was filled with their melodious song. Star and Kala watched them for a while, feeling a sense of peace wash over them. They turned to leave, but not before the sparrow returned and dropped a small feather onto Star's hand. "Hold up," Kala interpreted with a smile. Star tucked the feather into their hair, feeling its warmth and knowing it would forever remind them of this magical night. As they walked back home, the forest seemed to hum with the soft voice of the wind, and the stars above twinkled even brighter. Star and Kala knew they had made a friend for life, both in each other and the birds who serenaded them. The end. Good night. May your dreams be filled with kindness,